Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Today we've got tea and a book. So let's start with the book. My partner just let me know that dinner's almost ready, so I might breeze through this a little bit, but I will try and speak coherently. So last night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe, I finished this about 2 days ago. Today is Memorial Day. So I finished this, I think, the day before yesterday. It is a book about a high school senior who is a Chinese American who lives in Chinatown in California. It's set in about 1954-ish, although there are some chapters that are told from the perspective of Lily is our main character, Lily's mother, father, and her Aunt Judy. So during the 50s, China and Japan were at war, and the United States had a lot of fear around the spread of communism and, coincidentally, homosexuals. So Lily's family is currently being her dad is a physician who has been questioned about his ties to communism in China, and his citizenship papers have been taken away. So they're kind of in this precarious place in the United States in time, because there's a lot of anti-Asian sentiment going on at the time. It had been with Japan, it had been with China, and now it's with Japan during this time. And so the Chinese immigrants are really hoping that the United States is going to really understand that the American Chinese, the Chinese folks in America are not against the United States government in the same way that some of the Chinese communists are over in China. Anyways, Lily is a senior in high school, and she starts to realize that she's got feelings for one of her female peers. So the 1950s were also not a great time, particularly in some areas of the country, for the homosexuals either. So she starts going to this lesbian bar and meets some friends. And I think some of what I love about this book is there's this theme of loyalty and finding yourself in your relationships and kind of being true to who you are and who you love, which I really liked. There's also some themes related to, it's really a coming of age story and a coming out story for Lily, but we have this really interesting backdrop of the immigrant story within her family. So it took me a little bit of time to get into it. It's a little bit slow, and really, I don't think it's slow. It's that it's at a slower pace than some of the other things that I've been reading lately, which has been much more fantasy oriented, much more smutty, much more adventure, Mistborn, and a couple of YA fantasies and some dark romance. So this is as a contemporary novel, just felt slower, but the pacing wasn't slow necessarily. It was just in comparison. I love Melinda Lowe's writing. She has another book that I started and DNF'd because I didn't like the story very much, but her writing is really rich, and it hits all of the senses, really puts you in the story and in the time that the characters are in. So I would definitely recommend this to folks who enjoy historical fiction, who enjoy contemporary romance. It's not spicy. There is one intimate scene. Well, there are several intimate scenes. There's one more sexually intimate scene, but the girls are mostly clothed. And it's not graphic or explicit or anything like that. Half a chili pepper. And of course they're only 17, so it's Definitely not a multiple chili pepper kind of a situation. This is a book that during it, there were several times when I'm like, oh, I wish I had my tabbies because I would want to share this passage with someone, but I didn't. So you'll just have to pick it up and read it yourself. Okay, and now for the tea. So this is June's tea box. I haven't done a tea in a book in a while, so I actually have a few of them over here that I've meant to share with you guys that I didn't. But this is June, so it's the latest. SipsBy is a subscription service. I'm not a rep. I subscribe to it. I get a box every month that I pay full dollars for. And you basically go in and put your preferences into the app or into the website, and then it sends you 4 teas per month that are based on your preferred palette. So let's see what I got this month. June, made for Kenya. That's me. All right, so I got a ashwagandha, which is a stress relieving and balancing caffeine-free Tulsi tea from Organic India. So usually when there's one tea bag like this, there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. Let's see. Helps you open your heart to receive love. Ashwagandha is a natural source of energy to power your quest for love. Steeps at 208 degrees for about 5 to 10 minutes, which means if I steep it for 5 minutes, I can steep it again for 5 more minutes, which I always like, although with dark teas, I tend to do that anyways. Let's see. And then I have a caramel vanilla cup of cake teas. Fine black tea with caramel and natural vanilla flavor from the Republic of Tea. The Republic of Tea is a great tea source. They also have teas that are book themed at like bookstores sometimes. It's high caffeine. We love that. Taste the decadent flavors of old-fashioned southern yellow cake with homemade caramel vanilla frosting. This calorie-free treat is wonderful, served either hot or cool. I actually think I'm gonna make one of these immediately following this video. And again, 4 of those. Then I got an Earl Grey, high caffeine, from Ahmad Tea. It's British family business with a long tradition. They supply tea for the royal collection, including Buckingham Palace. Enjoy this posh, best-selling blend. I didn't used to like Earl Grey, but I do these days. Served with or without milk. So my understanding of Earl Grey is that it's a black tea with oil of bergamot. Is that your understanding of Earl Grey? And then finally, there's going to be a loose one because there's always at least one loose one, and all of the other 3 were in individual bags. This one is a Peach Mango Bliss Black Tea. So this one is Delightful Peach Mango Bliss Black Tea. High caffeine. So all of them are high caffeine except for the one about love. If you love strong black tea, which I do, then you're in for a treat. Adorned with mangoes and peaches, this black tea combines the 2 into a fruity hue carefully curated for you. You can see it in the little hole there. And every box of SipsBy comes with one of these bags, which I think is supposed to be a reusable tea bag. I've actually used it once for iced coffee. Not iced coffee, cold brew coffee. And biodegradable. It also comes with a little stack of biodegradable tea bags. All right. That was a perfect amount of time to talk about this because now my pasta is done. I will catch you on the next one.